All right, guys, in this last video, I want to talk to you about my favorite types of businesses to invest in, whether that's time or money. Usually on a new business starting up, it's a lot more time you're investing than money. But I want to share that with you and talk about the 4 different types of assets, right? A business, anything that puts money into your pocket, like a business or a couple of these other things, is considered an asset. So there are lots of assets out there, but they really only all fall into these 4 categories. So I'm going to go over those real quick. So the first thing is business, right? So this is buying into a business, starting a business. A business makes money, hopefully makes profits. The profits are what you get to keep, right? I've been around so many people who make millions. As soon as they hit 7 figures, they're like, I'm making 7 figures, making 7 figures. Yeah, but you're only keeping 100, 200,000 of it. You ain't making $1 million, right? There's a difference between revenue and profit. So businesses, I'm going to come back to this in a minute. I'm going to share with you my favorite types of businesses, but I just want to get through the 4 different types of assets. The next is real estate. All right. So real estate, we're all familiar with it. There's a stat that says 74% of the wealthiest people made their money in real estate and certainly hold their money, grow their money in real estate. So that's, buying and selling houses or buying real estate that appreciates or buying apartments, retail, shopping plazas. Those things are really businesses, right? We call it real estate, but if I own a self-storage facility, do I own real estate or do I own a business? Is the value in the real estate in these big tin cans that sit there and have light and power and a lock on them? No, the value is in the business system that's set up with security and the marketing and someone that sits at the front desk and sells boxes and tapes and packing material. That's what you're buying. You're buying the business of self-storage, right? But we'll call it real estate as well. So there's a little fine line here when you start getting into commercial real estate. But HGTV's flip this house stuff, that's buying real estate as well. Then next is paper. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Paper or portfolio. When you buy stock in Apple, do they send you anything physical? When you spend $1,000 in Apple stock, do they send you like $1,000 worth of Apple products? No, they give you paper. Nowadays, they don't even give you the paper unless you really asked for it. But that's portfolio income. Paper, my favorite kind of paper is basically on real estate. I like to create notes, right? I like to be the bank. I like to create a mortgage for other people. I like to lend money short term. Like I mentioned previously, lending money for a rehabber to go and fix up a house. Sure, he's going to make, X amount of money for doing all that work, but I made a piece of that money just by loaning him the cash to go to Home Depot to pay the contractors and get that job done. And for that, I make points plus interest, and it's amazing. I love it. And then finally, you have commodities. Right? So your commodities, gold, silver, oil, guns, ammunition, those are commodities. A good way to look at commodities are, the market is great right now, right? The economy right now is great. You haven't been hearing much chatter about, like you did 10 years ago when people were like, can't find jobs anywhere. No, it's ridiculous. But the economy is great. Real estate prices are high. I get freaking a dozen credit card offers every single day in my mailbox. When I was like blacklisted 10 years ago, they didn't want to lend me a penny. I have this amazing house and a great mortgage at 2.75%. The economy is great right now. So that means like nobody's scared. Everyone has disposable income or a certain amount of extra money. They get to be comfortable. They get to have luxuries and extra vacations and stuff. But when the market is down, when we're in a recession, which is a natural thing, people get scared. And what do? They put wealthy people put their They buy gold because it's not going to be as volatile. Usually price of gold goes down, silver, things like that. Oil, when there's some crisis in the Middle East, you see oil jumping all over the place. When you see, Obama trying to do certain things with guns or take away your rights or whatever, people invest in guns because when push comes to shove, if there was ever some big crisis, people want to know that they can protect their stuff and they can protect themselves. So those are commodities. I invest in commodities as well. I just don't stockpile, a ton of those types of things. Those are just kind of like the rainy day fund. If there's our money is really all just pixels on a screen now, right? And that scares the crap out of me. So if power goes out in the city or internet's down, you don't have a way to get that money out of the ATM machine. So that cash out of the ATM machine. So you're going to have other things. And money isn't going to do you any good if someone's trying to kick in your door to, take your belongings or anything. You need other things, right? So those are commodities. So let me come back to, business, real estate, the actual physical real estate, paper, and then commodities. So let me go back to businesses. So most people are looking to start another business or invest, maybe partner with someone else who has a business to help grow it to the next level. So what are my favorite types of businesses? Number one, again, the key, if you remember from the last video, the key to the difference between a business and someone who's self-employed is really the process, the team, the systems that are created that allow the owners to really be able to step away and that machine still works without them. So I like, obviously, just buying a system right away. A franchise, right? If you buy a McDonald's, have you ever seen a McDonald's close down? I've seen one McDonald's, and I think it's because they did something with the highway or they moved something. I've never seen an abandoned McDonald's. I've never seen McDonald's fail. So you're buying into a system, a brand, a marketing strategy. Everything's already been protected, and you're walking right into a system. Franchises are great, but franchises usually take a good chunk of change to purchase. And even still, a lot of franchises still require the owner to be the operator for a certain amount of time if you want to get a decent return. The next I'd say is when it comes to systems anyway, right? This is the least amount of risk. And for the right person, MLMs, network marketing. Very low barrier to entry, which is a good and a bad thing. So, but it's already a system. It's already done. They already hold conferences. They give you a whole way to train your team members. They already have a product that they've invested millions of dollars in. So if you don't have a product and you don't have a team and you don't have any systems or processes, for like $500 for most network marketing companies, you have a true business. Now it's just up to you to spend a ton of time, really more time in like personal development and networking to go out there and beat the streets and grow that business. But it is a system, and for that reason, I like network marketing. For me personally, I don't ever do network marketing because I know how much time it takes to grow that downline. But there's some great products out there. I have some friends that do decent six-figure incomes and have a decent lifestyle because they're plugged into a system, and it's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. All right, the fourth, I would say, really any business that has, I'm just going to make a note here, a great product, great people, and great process, right? If you watch The Profit on CNBC, Marcus Lemonis, the guy, it's one of the smartest shows on TV, forget Shark Tank. Any business that has, first of all, a good product. If you have a good product but bad systems, forgive my kids in the background. A good 2 minutes. A good product but terrible people, it's going to fail. It's just going to fail, or it's certainly going to limit how much it can grow. Finally, one of my favorites, actually two more. One of my favorites is anything in the speaker, author, expert space. So I know people, most people might think being a public speaker is reserved for like motivational speakers. But I know speakers that are in many different niches, had full-on careers in, their dentist practice or in their project management business. And they became consultants, they wrote books, they became an author and an expert in that field and started training other people, creating videos like these, hosting seminars, hosting workshops, and helping other people in that field be better at what they're doing or help them, eventually escape that self-employed job so that they could go on to do something else. So I love, anyone can be a speaker, anyone can be an author, and it really just opens the door to having a subscription, an online membership, selling online digital products, information, continued education. Look, you know as well as I do, what you get taught in school, even in college, is almost sometimes useless even by the time you get out, all right? It's not going to do you a lot of good, except for like the discipline aspect of it. But when you're out in the real business world, you need real time stuff that's working right now from real people that are actually doing it, not professors that are sitting at the front of the room, right? So I love that niche. Most of it is all, I can't say enough about being in that space. And again, it doesn't matter whether you're a dentist or in project management or a motivational speaker, you've got a story, you've got an expertise, you've got something that can add value to somebody else, you can be an author. All right, finally, last thing is, I'm going to just come back to real estate again, but for this, I'm going to separate this from real estate because it's really not real estate. Marketing. Real estate marketing is also known as wholesaling. You invest a lot of your dollars and your marketing into generating leads. Leads are good for every business, right? But a lead for a local hair salon is probably only worth, a customer for hair salons may be worth $100, right? But a customer for a piece of property, fixer-upper that can make an investor, $20, $50, $100,000+, that's worth a lot more to them, right? So being in the marketing business that we have been with our marketing agency, using that same knowledge of marketing and generating leads and converting leads, understanding sales, psychology, and all that, when it comes to online marketing or just marketing for real estate in general, that is one of my other favorite businesses to invest in. Still a fairly low barrier to entry, but the return on your time invested in that is significantly more. Again, I can get a customer for the hair salon and someone's only going to pay me, a few bucks for that. They're only going to pay me $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month for that service. But if I get a property if I market and I generate leads for a property, if I generate leads for realtors, if I generate leads for, people who are dealing with, $100,000 transactions, that is worth significantly more. And therefore we get paid $5, $10, $20,000+ for those leads and those deals. All right. So franchise, network marketing, really anything that has great people, product, and process already. Being a speaker, author, expert, and then any type of marketing agency or we do both. We have a marketing agency and we also we buy and sell real estate through marketing and for properties that we get and we wholesale out. So that's it. Those are our favorite assets. Those are our favorite businesses. Take this, apply this to your life, apply this to your business. Let this be one of many filters. If you have any questions at all, I'm sure you will. Please don't hesitate to shoot me an email, send me a private message, or just comment on this video, all right? We'll see you next time. Take care.